Hello guys, what is up? My name is Yasmin. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, I would just like to say that I hope you all had a really great Christmas. From myself, I'm just going to do a little shout out to the subscriber who sent me this gift. If you follow my social media or know me, you will know that I have this kind of like, I don't know, ibis birds, aka the bin chicken, are not exactly my favorite kind of creatures. Well, birds. I guess they're birds. They're birds. As a species, they're birds. But they're vile, foul creatures. We call them the bin chicken. So he got me, the subscriber, I received this in the mail and I wrapped it up for myself for Christmas Day opening. I thought it might have been a stuffed koala because this particular subscriber, also if you followed my stories from way back, got me a crocodile stuffed toy and a shark stuffed toy, like all my favorite animals. And I was like, it's probably like a penguin or a koala, and I had the biggest laugh yesterday, so thank you for my stuffed ibis bird. In actual fact, he's kind of cute. I think that the stuffed ones are much more pleasant than the real life ones. So thank you for that very much. He's gonna sit here next to my quokka. The quokka I did get for myself, but when I was on Rottnest Island, but I have a little toy collection going on of all different kind of like, in actual fact, like when I took it out, I was like, what is this? For about a minute, and I was like, oh, it's an ibis. Another thing, like my present that I got for myself is I got myself a Luxie cup. And as you know, I am an environmentalist and I'm all about, you know, zero waste. So I get really upset when people have their disposable cups, disposable juices, disposable like smoothie cups, disposable coffee cups. And I always use a coffee cup, but I love these products just because it looks like super cute and I can use it to like use my social media as, you know, like it looks pretty, right, with the photos and stuff. But not only that, I got like a special label on it for my name to go on it. This particular size can be used as a coffee cup, but also as a smoothie cup, and it came with this like dribble bag that you put your cup in and stuff. And I promise you guys, is 100% not affiliated, but I really like to support local Australian business, and especially ones that are, you know, on the right page about what they're doing for the environment rather than just to make money. So it came with like a standard lid, which is for coffee, but I also got the smoothie lid because it's for smoothies. I stuffed up and I didn't order one of their straws, like, because their straws are designed to fit that size. I have a bunch of stainless steel straws that I got from my friends at Discover Sharks. They sent them to me. They're free, by the way, guys. I'll put the link in below, and a small percentage of the postage goes to shark conservation. But I figured, well, I've already got like stainless steel straws and I've already got silicone straws, like I don't need it anymore. But yeah, I guess like you can get, and they like sit at the proper height for that. So in the future, like when I do plan make another order, I'll just like get like one of the things. But my other straws do fit in there. They just don't come up very high and they're a lot thinner, so they do dangle down. And they have like the little like things so that baristas know like what they're filled to. Super guy, again, like not affiliated. I just like to support like local business. So they're on my Instagram, they're on Instagram, Luxie Cup. They might have others, but I only just follow them on Instagram. So back to the topic. So in 2019, I did a video about why I would not become a vegan, and I stand by my words that were in this particular video, true to what they say. You know, we were born to be meat eaters. Our forefathers and foremothers were all meat eaters, all of them. We have teeth that are meant for eating meat. This is very true. We need specific nutrients. But one thing that I will point out is that the world is evolving. The world is changing. The world's population was a lot less back in those days. We also didn't have the construction and the air pollution and the high CO2 emissions that we do these days, right? So as humans, we do need to evolve along with our surroundings right now. And after just several moments of researching and just several moments of thought and everything, I decided to return to being a vegetarian. Yes, and this may come as a shock to some of you, but I was actually a vegetarian from all of my teenage years. Besides, I don't know, I'd say actually like 99% of my teenage years, besides like when I turned 13, like a few months, I was not a vegetarian. And then not long after that, I became a vegetarian, and Yeah, I've been like, so it's actually nothing really new. And in actual fact, like besides the fact that yes, I do love the taste of meat, and I have overly spoken about how, you know, I love the taste of meat, and I've gone off and eaten a whole kilo steak, and I've this and I've that. It's got nothing to do with that as to my decision as to become a vegetarian. And the reason that I have become a vegetarian is reasons that I'm going to go to in this video, and still I will stand by my say is that at this particular stage in my life, I will not become a vegan. And I'm also going to go into that as to still why I won't become a vegan, but I will still remain a vegetarian. So keep watching. So the main difference with veganism and vegetarianism is vegans don't eat any byproducts of an animal. They don't wear leather, they don't have honey, they don't have, you know, anything that's got like gelatin that's come from an animal in there. They don't have like anything that is derived from an animal, whereas vegetarians are a little bit more lenient. Vegetarians will still wear leather. Vegetarians, you can be a lacto-vegetarian, means you'll still drink milk, you'll still eat cheese. An ovo-vegetarian is when you will still eat eggs. Lacto-ovo is if you eat both the other. So like the byproducts, we'll still eat honey, you know, but we won't eat the animal in itself. So myself, I do feel, first of all, is that it is a bit more flexible to be a vegetarian than a vegan. It's a lot more manageable, but also that I do have a problem with vegan shoes and vegan bags and the pleather. The pleather is in the fake leather, because the fake leather, yes, an animal hasn't died to make a pleather bag or pleather shoes, but it's worse for the environment, because when it eventually, first of all, they don't last as long. They last terribly and appallingly. So when they go into the waste, then they're ignited in the fire. They let off more CO2 emissions than if you were to buy a good quality leather shoes or leather bag that last you for a very long time. And some brands, like if you buy a really good quality, like I know some of you might think they're ugly, but I really like Birkenstock sandals. They're super comfy, and they have this thing that to be sustainable, and once they start to like deteriorate, take them into the store and they'll regenerate them rather than putting them into landfill and throwing them away. Look, Birkenstock and some other ones do the pleather and the fake and the PU, and if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But for me, for my personal belief, is that if you're going to wear the fake leather, then it's not actually doing the environment any good. You're better off to use the real leather. So when I'm going to say that is like, it's about using the whole animal. Like there are always going to be people that eat meat, right? So they use the animal for like the whole part of the animal, right? So the leather has to go somewhere. It's like, rather than just throwing it away, like the crocodile farms up in Darwin, the meat and everything goes towards the food. The teeth are used as souvenirs, and then the skin, like the whole part of the animal is used, which is really, you know, it's eco, and it uses the whole entire animal. The other reasons why I've decided to make my decision is currently in Australia, you would know we're experiencing a really terrible drought. And yes, it goes in a cycle of drought, El Nino, drought, El Nino, drought, El Nino. But this particular drought has been more catastrophic than anything. We've got like bushfires that are out of control, and this is going to stem into, if you see my other videos, you'll make a lot of sense, but a lot of things is political, agricultural, pollutions, but I'm really deeply saddened by all of this, because I feel like most of the people in the nation, one, don't care, and two, are unknowledged about all of this. So I really feel like, you know, it's my duty as someone who's, I'm very passionate about this, because I love this country and it's a beautiful country. We really need to, you know, like, you know, look after it for ourselves, the future generations and everything. Like, it saddens me deeply that, you know, everything is going how it is. So it doesn't take a genius to work out and know about osmosis, and that is that plants, trees, they take in carbon dioxide. We breathe out carbon dioxide. We breathe in oxygen, they release oxygen, okay? So we need trees and we need plants to basically keep humans alive. So the farming in Australia is not natural. The Aboriginal people who have been here since the beginning of time lived on the land. Like, the medicine was from the land, the food was from the land. Yes, they ate meat, they ate kangaroos, they ate wallabies, they ate stingrays, they ate all these things and the plants off the land. But there was no cows, there was no sheep, there was no, like, none of this. So when the white settlement came in, they like cleared a whole bunch of the land for these animals that don't belong in this country. You know, the cows, the sheep, the this, the that, the crops, the wheat, the sugar, the blah, 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 blah. So when removing these trees, there is less osmosis, there's less, you know, regenerating, like taking of the carbon dioxide, and less releasing of the oxygen, which pretty much supports the planet. This also actually, in regards to this, also makes like there are rain clouds up where you see lots and lots of vegetation. So when there's less of this happening because it sucks in the water and then releases the water, there are less rain clouds in which then don't produce rainfall, which is why we need the rainforest and we need all the vegetation in order to make the rainfall. And a lot of our problem is that we don't have any rainfall. So the governments are giving all this, you know, water that is very minimal in Australia at the moment anyway. They're giving it to the farmers to give to their cattle because they need the farmers and the cattle to feed the people, and also for something called live export, because Australia is a very big distributor of live cows and live sheep to other countries such as Indonesia, because they're live, because they're, you know, in their culture and in their religion, they kill them in their own way rather than just selling the meat because it hasn't been done in their own way. Another story in itself, but these animals don't belong here. They suffer out in the country out here. They suffer because it's not their climate. There are even cows up in Northern Territory. Like, cows and sheep come from not from here. They're not here. They're not from here. It's cruel. It's really cruel and heartless. And also, not only that, like the vegetation and the trees have been removed. So my reasoning as to why I have become vegetarian again is because, I'm sorry, this is going to sound really, really heartless, and I know some of my fans and my followers are farmers or will be, but I really wish the government would re-educate you. Like, you do it tough out there, and you know, to be able to have other jobs, such another job and another income, like give you free education and free study so that you can do something else rather than, you know, suffering and your animals suffering out on that land. So me as a person, I can't do it anymore. I can't support the farming industry. I can't, like, and although I haven't taken it away completely, like wholly, yeah, because I still have some dairy. I don't really tolerate dairy that well, but you know what, there are byproducts in things that do have dairy, and I can't pretty much like think about all of this too intensely, right? Because I have a lot of dietary restrictions already. Like, I can't eat gluten. I can't, like, if I'm insulin resistant, I've got a whole like bunch of things that I can't eat already. So to become a vegan on top is like a really, you know, like for me it will be just way too many things to think about when I'm thinking about my next meal. But you know, and eggs, like I actually really love eggs. So, you know, if someone has a little chicken farm, but I do make sure I buy free range eggs and that they're looked after, not the cage eggs. So sorry guys, I just can't support it anymore, because I really wish that the government would give you an opportunity to be able to re-educate and re-assimilate, because I know you suffer, your animals suffer, and this is your income, which sucks because it's your income, right? And I know I have my income too, but let's be realistic here. This is not like 200 years ago when, yeah, there was more rainfall. This is like now that is going on, and there's less rainfall and less drought, and we need to like move into the future and to like change our way of life, because that's just how it goes. So anyway guys, I'm going to be starting to do videos as well about like a lot of, you know, the new vegetarian meals that I'm creating. This is all new to me as well. Like the last time I was a vegetarian, I wasn't that really, I got sick because I wasn't looking after I wasn't getting the right iron, I wasn't getting the right B12, but I'm like totally all over that now. Like, even if I wasn't fit, I'm all over this. So my nutritional standards are not going to like completely diminish. I'm also going to talk to you about the supplements that I'm taking in order to like know that I'm 100% getting what I'm getting. I get a B12 shot every 3 months anyway, because I'm on metformin for insulin resistance, which depletes the B12, so I get that anyway. But it's always really important just to maintain and always get your regular checks when you're going down this lifestyle. So I hope that this kind of educates some of you that are not down this line, and I'm not going to be one of these people that like push it onto you, but at the same time I do want you to like open up your minds and think that like, you know what, yeah, this is like a changing climate, and yeah, we are like breathing in smoke this Christmas, and we have ash falling from the sky this Christmas, and you know what, sometimes all of us just need to cut like a bit of something that we do like, and that might be meat, like just to like save the life of everything. Anyway guys, peace out, and I will see you next time.